Hey everyone. So, kind of had a little bit of a disappointment here. So I had a big plan of making this lunch bag journal, put these beautiful papers in it, did all the pockets, everything looked great. Pockets here, here, and there's a pocket here and here. There's a bunch of pockets. Really, really happy. Magnetic closure. And as you can see, I didn't finish doing all the things because I also had a great idea that I would put eyelets here and run baker's twine through it. Well, that's all great and fine, but what I really should have done, besides make a prototype, is reinforce this. Because look, my little eyelet, well, you can't really see it now, but it's wanting to come out. So all that was for naught. But you would think by now I would learn the lesson that you need to do a prototype first. And I do a lot of times. But I thought this was just so simple I couldn't mess it up, right? Well, that wrong. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this baby. I've made myself so many journals lately that I've messed up. So when you're feeling disheartened, what do? You take a bunch of packaging, and I've embossed some of it, and now I'm just going to, and embossing, I mean like through the machine. So I took packaging, I've got toilet paper rolls, I've got, paper towel rolls, just all the things. And I'm just going to play. I'm just going to paint and try to forget that I ruined all that beautiful paper. And I guess I could take it back apart and reinforce the spine, but honestly, I'm just so disgusted with it. I don't care. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to paint instead. And I love to paint packaging because you can make so many things from it. I mean, it's a perfect thing to mass make. Because even though I don't really know what color journals I'm going to have and things, you don't really need to. I always have lots and lots of packaging. So I'm just going to play, and I'm going to paint some pieces. Well, hopefully I have some that like this that I can make file folders out of, little file things to slip down. Those are always fun and easy. Of course, now that I want them, I don't have any, but I can still make them. This is still the perfect size to do that with. So I'm going to just start and see. I've made templates out of some of these. You can tell I actually was smart enough to do it at one point, and then everything. I guess I thought I was too big for my britches, and I don't need it. I don't need a template. I can do this. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to paint some of these, and I just pulled out some colors that are, oh look, there's a card. Bet that goes to that one journal. Colors that, are pretty neutral, can go with pretty much anything. And I'm just going to start painting. And I think, if they don't make a pocket, I'll back it with something. They're just such good thickness and so easy to work with. So I'm just gonna, I don't even have I guess I'll just use this extra piece to put me some paint on. But I mix the paints all together, so I'm not being too particular with that either. So I've got some yellow ochre and just some brown. These colors kind of remind me of botanical, maybe. And then I've also got some viridian, which is a color of green. It's really pretty. So I'm just going to take my little sponge here and go at it. Just start doing the things. I should write or put down a piece of paper underneath, I guess, and find some of my packaging. Have packaging laying around, don't you? Or probably not. Maybe people don't just save all their packaging. I don't know why I think it's normal. Don't start to think it might not be. I have my grandkids here. They came for Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving, by the way. And then the little one, he got sick, so we weren't able to go to the family things, and that was kind of sad. Because my stepmom, man, she makes the absolute best dressing in the world. Gosh, it's good. We had grilled cheese. Oh, that was a bummer. So I'm just kind of mixing these colors. It doesn't, it doesn't have to look great. It just has to be. And once these pieces are dry, we can come back and stamp or put clusters on them. This is just a platform, and it's relaxing, and it's just a good way to make something for that you can do so many things with later. And if I, felt really creative, you could also, use your textures things. Like I have some, those, oh, foam bath things. The kids play with them. They're letters and things, and they have textures on the back. I have a bunch of those, but they're way over there, so I'm just going to paint. And, stamping, you can always create texture with stamps, so, or the illusion of texture, I should say. Now I'm going to put something down, Mars Orange. Kind of ran out of those two colors, so I'm just putting different things. And again, these are just meant to be pretty backgrounds that I can use. Of course, I had to find, I'm cutting that off. That's going to drive me crazy. I had to find the only piece of packaging that was bent. And goes click, click, click every time I try to stamp on it. I like that yellow. I'm going to put some more of that in there. Make it look a little bit smoother. Boy, isn't that pretty. Yeah, I like that. That would make a really pretty piece. Whether it be a pocket or... Love all these colors. I love paint. Love the marbling and how easy you can make something just like that. I love it. Okay, so I have this, like I said, I embossed some pieces too. So I'm going to paint them first. I mean, I've done this piece kind of half and half. Half of it is something that didn't show up very good. Probably have to emboss it again after I paint it, but this piece, this end is script, and I thought that looked really neat. Let's see, what else do I want? I think I want to put some more brown in here. Gotta get me some more brown out on my cardboard palette. Just mixing in colors. Like I say, I'm just, you cannot mess this up, I don't think. Because if you don't like it, you just keep going till you do. That's the beauty of acrylic paints. And then when this dries, that embossing, I'll maybe take, since that one's script, I might take some black ink, and distress ink, and go over the top of that. Beautiful. I hope you think so. Hope it doesn't just look like a big mess to you, because it will be beautiful things. Sometimes I like to get out the glove and put on the paint with my fingers. Really get it in there. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to put some, I'm going to go completely out here and put a little bit of blue. Maybe some of this burgundy. Just smear it around. I probably should have put some gesso on first, this packaging, but I didn't. So we'll make it work. I forgot to mention this piece has been embossed with like a kind of like typewriter looking keys. And so I'm just going to keep playing with these bright colors. I'm going to add in some metallic bronzes and brasses, just different things, just messing. And I'm going to fast forward, but I'm going to let you see it. And the next one was like a metal sheet with rivets, but I'm going to let you see them just so you can see kind of the colors I mixed around. I tried to get some brighter colors and some more subdued neutral colors. And I know right now this looks like a mess, but I really think it'll turn out to be something good. Plus, as you can see, my lighting's getting really bad. And I want to hurry you through that part because it's kind of a nuisance to watch. Got some really cool pieces here, so I'm going to let these dry. I know it's hard to see with the sun, but I'm going to let these dry. Ooh, I really like that one. And then we'll come back and make some pockets or do some things. Look at this one. I love this. That's going to be a cool piece. Love it. And look at the back. That's so cool. So we'll come back. Thank you. I don't know why I said thank you. I'm hoping you'll come back. This lighting is terrible. So I think these turned out great. I really do. I know that these were a hot mess, but I think they're really, really pretty. And I think that I'm going to make them writing spots. Like I'll probably back them with tea-dyed paper, or maybe even the sides of my pitiful little paper bag journal, you know, something like that, because I had cut off the sides. So I may use something like that. But basically, all I've done is like these. I did take some of this metallic art paste. This one is copper. And I just lightly went over it, some of the pieces with that. And then I also, as you can see on this one, I took my Stays On Timber Brown and just lightly went over it where it would pick up on the embossing. And I thought these were typewriter keys like numbers, but they're actually letters. And I thought they were really cool. And like I said, I just took my Stays On and lightly went over that embossing. where it would pick it up a little bit. I loved it. And then I did the same thing on the one that was script. The script writing. Isn't that cool? I love that. I think that's going to make such a neat pocket. Like, I'll probably do something like, because this would be, I would maybe fold up. I don't know. I hate to lose any of that. But on some of them, I would fold it up and the edges. I'm going to sew around these. And the reason I would fold is though that it had more room, kind of like a hinge on the sides. I'm not doing that yet because I don't know where I'm going to put it. I might just leave it flat, but I'm going to sew around, give that some look. Something like this, I would probably, I don't know, I have some die cuts. I would do something probably like this. I like the look of that. It's just a Tim Holtz piece and a little die cut. And then this one was also an embossed piece that looked like this. Sorry about the shine. And so I took my StazOn and just rubbed over it lightly so you can see the pin here. And I'd picked out this little Tim Holtz girl, like she was leaning on the pin. And then I thought underneath her I would put something like create something beautiful. And this would be a really large writing spot, or I could laminate it and make it a book board. I think that would be cool. And then on maybe these pieces, I have some of these little, they're metal looking, but they're actually plastic, like cogs, as an industrial kind of look. I think that would look neat. Maybe have some words somewhere. On some of these other pieces, whoops, flipped that in the floor. I didn't do anything but put on some really light script stamp. This one, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a little bit of stamp. I really, really like how these turned out. Here is the rivet one, and I kind of messed it up with the metallic. I kind of got wild with that, but I know when I'm going to use it, I will correct that. But I just wanted to show you, I thought these pieces are going to be beautiful as background pieces or tags. They're just so pretty, and all we did was paint packaging. I noticed on this one, I'm such a ding-dong. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? But I got carried away with my metallic again, so I don't use it very often. I'm terrible with it. But isn't this pretty? It's actually the wrong side. Here's the embossed side. What a dingbat. Look at that. It still turned out pretty, though, so I'm still going to use it. It's just wrong, and I know it's wrong, but, hey, I did this session to try to make myself feel better after my little mishap with this. I do feel better. I feel more relaxed. I feel like there's going to be, I could do this all day, these painting of of the pieces and just light stamping. I really like this kind of thing. And I think it looks really good in a book. It's really effective, and I know it's totally too grungy, something like this for most people, but I really, really like it. I hope that you do. And these are great pieces to have, when you run out of ideas and you don't know what kind of pockets to put in. Something like this could go into anything. Absolutely anything. I love them. I think they're perfect. No matter what your color combinations, these are just, if you do grungy or vintage, these will go in any kind of journal, I think. And they're just great to have a stash of them to pull out when you need a little bit of inspiration. Not to mention, it's fun to do this when you don't have any inspiration. You don't know what else to make, and you're feeling a little disheartened like I was with this mess. But even like this piece, if you don't add the Tim Holtz and the words, this piece by itself to me is just so cool looking with the embossing. And it's, this was from the paper towel roll, so it's thin. It could be wonderful pockets. Like I said, I probably could even use it as a book board. I think that would make an awesome book board. I hope that even if it's too grungy, maybe it inspired you in some way. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and you have a great blah, 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 great rest of your weekend. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.